Hey, welcome, guys. Welcome to today's
Hello.
reading sprints. So, I'm trying something new. I'm not wearing headphones, so let me know if something sounds quirky or you can't understand me or hear me, or if I echo or something, let me know.
You sound
Otherwise, I'll
fine to
assume it's
me.
fine. So, again, welcome. Casey is with me again, and
Yay!
we are going to be reading today Silverborn by Patricia Briggs. Book
Yes.
5 in series. Feel free to comment below and let us know what you're reading. We'd love to know.
Mhm.
Casey, do you want to explain why we're here, even though we just said we weren't going to be?
It's my fault. It's my fault. So last Thursday, when we were recording the podcast for Bone Crossed, Tamara asked me, "Are we done? Are we pausing?" And I said, "Yes, I'm done. We're gonna read book 13 this weekend, and then I'm ready to take a mercy break." 24 hours later, I think it was about 24 hours later, I texted and I was like, I'm halfway through Smoke Bitten, book 12, prepping for book 13, and I just want to go back and read all of the books now. I need to read all of the books now.
She
And I
changed her
apologize.
mind. Can you believe?
I was 100% done on Thursday, and then Friday, I was like, nope, I'm not done. Hashtag
Hey,
reader
it happens to
process.
the best of us, right? So it's fine. So we are back. I'm not mad at it. I love these books as well. So we're just
Mhm.
gonna keep going until we don't want to anymore, and then we'll pause when we want to pause again.
Mhm. It's 100% me, guys. I'm sorry. Like I was over it. I was ready to take a break, and then nope, nope.
I know, right? So here we are. We're both starting from page 1
Page
today.
1. Also,
Yes.
I just want to make a very quick note. Her dedication. The
Mm-hmm.
first line is to long-suffering editors who never lose their cool.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm not her editor. I will never be her editor, but I am an editor who suffers. So I just have to keep
Oh,
it in when I can.
that's nice, actually. She's actually admitting to making her editor suffer a little bit. I'm sorry in advance.
Yes. Yes. I
All
get that
right.
call a lot.
All
It's
right. Let
okay.
me see
I
about
love
getting this situation hooked up. I'm trying something different also,
it. Okay.
because last time I remember, well, people told me they couldn't hear
Uh-oh.
the sound. So I'm trying to connect it a different way today for the clock. So hopefully we will be able to all hear it. So,
Yes.
if you are watching live, please let me know at the end of this segment if you can hear the clock when it's up. I hope so. I think I did it right this time. So it should be a good deal. All right.
Fingers
Shall we get
crossed.
started?
Let's start on page 1 of
Page
Silverborn.
1. All right. Here we go.
Yay. That is a loud
Nice.
buzzer.
Yeah, you guys in the chat, tell me if you heard the buzzer this time. Hey, Carrie, welcome. Let me know if you heard the buzzer. I'm trying to make sure I have it set properly. And I have it set so that it automatically goes into our break without me having to press the button. All I had to do was look at the settings. Go figure.
Go figure.
Everybody share what you're reading, if you don't mind. That would be great. We're reading Silverborn book 5 in series. And I gotta say, I gotta be honest. Coming off the last book, I'm a little disoriented a little bit.
I am too, because we just read book 13, which is, several years in the future. And I know we just read Bone Crossed last week.
I know.
But yeah, no, it's a little disorienting because Tad calls and he's still at his Ivy school on the East Coast. And I was like, no, he's not. What do you, what? No, yes, he is.
I know, even with Gabriel, I'm like, wait, he's off to school. No, not yet. Not yet.
Not yet. Not yet.
And then I actually paused and looked up the book to make sure this was book 5. I suddenly got very confused. I'm like, I hope this is book 5. I just double checked.
Yeah, it is, right?
It is.
Okay, good. Yeah, so it's very confusing to jump around in the series and go, 1, 2, 3, 4, parts of 12, 13, back down to 5. Yeah, it's disorienting.
All right, Carrie, we'll catch you next time.
Sorry, you
enjoy
can't
your workout. What'd you say?
I said it's cute.
Yeah. I like the beginning part where Mercy's like figuring out, wait a minute. Jesse said this, but that was too much information.
Tell her. Yes.
So she got it. She figured out the clues, the context clues, and figured out what to wear for her date so she didn't look wildly inappropriate.
Yeah. And she said, it's this playful game that werewolves do, and it is really cute and playful.
Although, if I got it wrong once or twice, that would annoy me. I'd be like, look, you gotta tell me. Because I can't go somewhere in jeans and a sweater and you have on a tux. It's not gonna happen.
Yeah, that would be annoying. But, it's Adam. She's going to figure it out. And so far she has.
Yeah, but she does have like a one-up on most normal relationships. They're linked. Like
they have that mental bond.
Yeah. So she's got a little bit of help if she pays attention.
Yes. Yes.
Oh my goodness.
So what do you think of Samuel and his weirdness? Like he's being himself, but he's being a little off.
Yeah, we never actually completely sorted that out in previous books. So we knew he had some stuff going on and it was previously amplified by other things around. So we still got to sort that out. So whatever depression or thing he had going is still here, to the point where Mercy was like concerned. Like the way she came in the house, she was like, this feels weird, looks weird.
He's acting weird. He's making jokes.
Yeah.
He's, there's something. I kind of remember what happens in this book, but I don't really remember what happens in this book.
I don't really remember much at all. And I just remember from the other day you told me something that I'm not going to say here because it's kind of a spoiler, but I'm like, oh yeah, I didn't even remember the one thing you told me happened in this book.
It's mentioned in book 12 and 13, but I don't remember the hows of it. So I think it's this book. It might be the next book, but I'm pretty sure it's this one.
Well, I mean, I'm curious. I'm ready to get into it. Of course, we had the little rehash, right? Basically. And as usual, I'm reading super slow. So All right, let's see what we can get done in the next sprint. Let's see, it
Good
should start
luck.
on its own. Did it? It did not.
Did not start, but oh well.
Okay, here we go.
Let's
Back
go.
at it, y'all.
Oh, wow. That flew by. How far did you get?
I'm muted. Lord have mercy.
Okay. I was about to say I can't hear you.
I was reading thinking, "Oh my god, I can't remember who did that to Mercy. Who did it?"
Who
Do
did
you
it?
remember?
Who did it? No, I don't remember. But, as soon as the voice started talking, I was like, that's not Mercy's
No.
voice. Why is she
No.
listening to this voice?
Exactly. I'm like, "Who's talking to her? Who's trying to influence her?" I'm like, "What is it? Is it Faye?" And then as she explains, I'm like, "Oh, maybe it's one of the pack." And then I'm like, "Well, who could it be? It's probably like Mary Jo or somebody rude." I mean, but I honestly don't recall. So it's going to be a surprise to me.
I don't remember either. I want to say it's Faye simply because holding the stick helped her find herself and her own brain again. But I
Mhm.
truly do not remember.
Yeah. We know that stick kind of does a lot of random things for Mercy. Like,
It helps her a lot.
yeah, it's not like it doesn't have a distinct set of abilities. It's
Mm-mm.
like whatever she needs right now is what we will help her with.
Yes.
It's so weird.
Hey, Sammy. I'm so glad you could make it.
Hey, hey, what are you reading, Sammy? Please share. Oh man, this is a good book. So it's
And
already getting going, and I love that. Super fast.
have you made it to chapter 3 yet?
I am one page away from chapter 3. I'm on the last little bit before
Okay,
chapter
like I'm
3.
I'm on page 1 or 2 of chapter 3, like I just started it, and oh lordy, it keeps going.
Oh my gosh.
I had kind of forgotten about this.
Oh my gosh. Like, I feel so bad for Adam just like now. I'm like, he doesn't know what to do. He's confused. I'm at work, so I'm creep reading. Oh, hey, been there,
That's
done that. I
Yeah,
understand.
let's do it. What book are you reading? Or sneakily reading?
Hopefully, you got it on your phone. Just scroll your phone.
Yeah, poor Adam. But his memory of when Mercy showed up at his back door with the cookies was just the sweetest thing. Oh my god.
I know. And like what he thought about her being so like not
Independent.
wanting anything from her and being
Mhm.
confident and all this
Mhm.
stuff. And she needed that ego boost in that moment.
She did. She really did. And she still needs it because, throughout their whole relationship, she's always so worried that he wants to take over her, that he wants her to be like Christy, that he wants her to just obey. But he actually loves that she bosses him around.
He likes it.
He likes it.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, that just goes to show he wants someone equally as strong as her, as
Mhm.
him,
Yes.
not someone he can just walk over. No one
Mhm.
wants that. What alpha
Yeah.
wants that? Well, maybe some do.
Well, he kind of wanted it with Christy because he wanted to protect her. He wanted to, be her protector in this evil, evil world. But Christy just wanted his money and his fame. And she didn't
He
actually
still
want
wants that for
him.
Mercy, though. He wants to protect her,
Mhm.
but I think he's learned that he has to check that some, like he can still
Yes.
want it, but not so aggressively try to protect her.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, he's like he said to Samuel, Mercy can take care of herself, and he just cleans up the mess.
Essentially. Although she does make a huge mess trying to get
Every single time in every single book.
nothing is the easy way.
No.
Nothing is the logical way. She's like a bull in a china store. And then,
And it's not
yeah,
always her fault. Like the
no,
ice giant who dropped a wall on his old car, so he had to get a new car.
I know. Which is exactly why he says things like, no, I'm not going to let you pay for the car. It's not your fault. Be reasonable. You'll owe him so
Exactly.
much money in your lifetime if you go paying for everything that some magical creature messes up that belongs to him.
Exactly.
Because he's not just going to sit back, he's going to be there to help you, which
Mhm.
means destruction.
Yes.
She'll get it eventually.
She'll get it. All
Uh,
right.
all right, let's start
Let's
back.
get into chapter 3.
Next sprint. Here we go.
Oh, goodness. Chapter 3 is a rough chapter.
It's a what chapter?
Rough chapter. Emotional, rough.
Oh yeah. I have again a page before I'm done with chapter 3. Um but yeah, I forgot that happened too. I keep saying this every break. Every break it's like a new book. But
Hmm.
yeah.
I had forgotten it happened until, Mercy's having her panic attack after the nurse was like, he was climbing the wrong way. And I was like, oh shit. I knew
Yeah.
something was off, but I forgot it went that far.
Yeah, he almost did it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But see, even when he's like in that state, he still wouldn't put someone else through that trauma. So
Mm-mm.
when the cop came, he stopped, you know?
Yeah, he
That
did.
says a lot about him.
He cares about people, and I think Sam the wolf was already taking over too at that point and didn't want to die. Ugh.
Yeah, he was probably fighting him for control in those last
Mhm.
minutes.
Oh, absolutely, yes.
Yeah, which is wild. And then, of course, after all of that, I'm like, "Oh, Mercy, she says, "I've gotten really good at lying with the truth."
Hmm.
Because she sort of lies of omission, basically.
Yep.
She pulls on Adam.
Hmm.
Like, dang girl, I'm sure
She
that's not gonna
won't.
work out too great.
No, it's not. Adam and Bran are going to be so mad at her when they find out that
Yeah,
not only did she not tell them anything, she kept Sam with her like the whole time.
yeah.
She's sleeping in her bed. He's in the car with her. He's going to work with her.
Being ridden like a pony by a toddler, essentially.
Yep. Yeah, he's being abused by those kids.
And kids, they always say you should not let toddlers pull on dogs like
No,
that
no.
because,
That
this thing
dog is
called
going to
personal
scream.
space, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's how kids get bit
Mm-hmm.
because they're yanking on their hair, the fur, they're doing all these wild things and they don't understand. And this is exceptional that Sam, the wolf Sam, has allowed this.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. There was even in one of the earlier books, I think it might have been Bone Crossed or Iron Kissed, where Samuel had an infant in the hospital who'd been bitten by a dog because the
Hmm.
parents left the baby alone. Not a werewolf, just a regular dog. And it really upset him.
Yeah.
So, given that, given his history, given the fact that, he's several hundred years old and he's let kids play with him before, you know, when Mercy grew up there in Bran's place, Samuel would change into a wolf and let all the kids play with him. So I think this is like his comfort blanket, but it is still very, very dangerous. And Mercy was right to be terrified.
Yeah, but I think how the magic works for Samuel, and I could be wrong, but I thought even in wolf form, it could be Samuel there, not Sam.
Yeah, yeah, and I think
So,
usually it is Samuel, not Sam, in charge. But I
mhm,
think Sam enjoys it too.
he does, I think, but risky business.
Very risky, very scary. Uh,
Yeah, it's wild. So I'm like, what is going to happen next? And of course, Bran has already called, so he knows something is wrong.
mhm. And Mercy's just not answering his calls, which is further proof that something is wrong.
Yeah. I mean, she couldn't though, because there's no way she could get away with lying to him.
Yeah, even lying by omission. She wouldn't be able to do it because he would ask
Mm-mm.
very pointed questions. And
Yep.
Mercy, being Mercy, would just be like, nope, not answering. And he'd be like, all right, I'm coming.
And this chapter also solidified that it was someone in the pack messing with her.
Hmm. Adam is furious. Rightfully so.
Yeah. If she had, and again, Mercy is always, oh, she always take on the responsibility that she
Mhm.
shouldn't necessarily take on.
Mhm.
Because he said, if you had just told me when this was happening, I could
I
have
can.
figured out who it was.
Mhm.
There she goes. I can't say anything. I don't want, that is that martyr thing she's got going.
Yeah, yeah, it is a martyr thing, but also, like, to be fair to Mercy, werewolves kill each other very frequently. And so, I wouldn't want to be like, hey, I think somebody's hurting me, and then somebody dies the next day. Like,
I'd be okay with it because you're trying to wreck my relationship. I almost could have had a kid hurt because
that's
of
true.
you.
That is
I'm
very
okay
true.
with it.
That kid was in danger, even though Adam was right there to protect her.
Mhm.
Um, but yeah, no, Mercy has to be the martyr and protect everybody and make sure everybody's safe and happy and healthy before she tries killing them.
Yeah. Because I mean, honestly, that was also risky business because let him been a little bit off his game, maybe a little intoxicated, maybe anything, and it could have
Mm-hmm.
been extra seconds where
Mm-hmm.
that child could have been hurt.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I don't think they drank during dinner, but what if they did? What if
yeah,
he blinked and missed it? Or, yeah,
anything.
anything could have happened.
Mhm. So, all right, you guys, feel free to update us if you'd like how your reading's going, what you're reading. We're about to
Mhm.
start the next sprint.
Woo!
I think this is our last sprint. I
I think
think.
so. Yeah.
Yeah. So we're going to push and get as much done as we can in the last
Yes!
25 minutes. All right.
Let's
Let's
go.
let's do it.
That gets me every time.
Oh my gosh, so I finished one more chapter. Woohoo!
Yay!
Oh, I'm not even mad at the mother, at Sylvia. She
Mm-mm.
did the right
She
thing.
absolutely did. Mercy is not in her right head. Not a.
Is she ever though? Ever. She never is straightforward, ever.
I don't know. It just feels like she's a little more off than usual. I don't think the pack is influencing her right now the way they did during bowling, but I don't know. It is a little off.
Because, like, hindsight, right, is always 2020, as they say. But Sylvia, okay, so let's just say, let's rewind in this, and say, hey, she goes, oh, Sammy said she finished 2 pages.
Yay, Sammy!
Hey, 2 pages is 2 pages.
Yes.
Woohoo!
It's great.
So what if she just said, you know what? This is my friend. He's a werewolf, but he's friendly and he won't hurt.
Mm-hmm.
And then she still said, well, I don't want my children around him. Okay, no problem. He'll come into the shop with me.
Yes.
Problem solved. And then if everything hit the fan after that, at least she wouldn't have lied to her.
Mm-hmm. It would have been the smart thing to do, but Mercy's just not being smart.
Mm-mm. And I think, yeah, that's a real selfish thing to do.
Mm-hmm.
You should have to, it's, as we said in the last break, it's so dangerous, right?
Mm-hmm.
It seems wrong to just not give that mother the choice of allowing her kid around.
Because they're young kids. They're 5,
Yes.
6, 7, 8, 9 years old. Like, they're young.
They're children,
And
yes.
the youngest is crawling all over this werewolf. She's
and if she's going into
preschool,
she said she was going into pretty school, aka preschool. So that's age 5.
4 even, or even 3. Like, I know some 3-year-olds go to preschool. Kindergarten.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Like, when you hit 3, your parents like, oh, I need school because, I have to go work. So they get stuck in preschool at 3.
Oh, yeah, maybe 4. Yeah, 4 definitely. I didn't know 3, but maybe.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean,
but 5
4,
is
because she's up and walking and talking, and she's a smart little kid, but she's pulling on this dog's face, this werewolf's face.
As most kids do, because honestly, they don't know their strength at that point, right? They're kind of clumsy with it. They don't really understand. Like, think about when babies grab your earring or your hair. You're like, oh my God.
They grab, they pull, they, rip.
Yeah. So that's just so irresponsible. So hopefully she feels bad.
Yeah. No. And the whole situation was just so crazy. Mercy hears screaming and she instantly thinks that it is Samuel eating the kids.
Like, oh no,
it's Samuel.
He ate someone.
Thank God he wasn't, but having some pretty boy bounty hunter shoving a gun in people's face is not any safer.
No. And this whole warrant for Adam? Yeah, okay.
What is this?
I know. Oh my gosh. So if you guys don't know, just to recap real fast, we are reading Silverborn, book 5 in the Mercy Thompson series. So if you're catching this on a replay, you're watching after, feel free to still leave a comment and let us know what you're reading,
And if you're
that'll
reading
be fun.
Silverborn, let us know what you think. If you're back on the Mercy reread after all, let us know.
We're back on this road. So if you know other Mercy fans that may want to read with us, let them know. Tell them to come on over here and let's talk about it.
Woo! Mercy.
Or check out the podcast, because we are doing full opinions of these books and a little bit of plot. We cover the plot some, and we give opinions of a lot. A little bit of plot, a lot of opinion.
Yes. I mean, that's the best way to talk about a book, though, in my
Absolutely,
opinion.
it is. All right, so I think we are basically done with our sprints for today.
I think so.
Yeah, and I'm not sure if the podcast episode will go up this Friday or not. I'll be traveling. So
But I'm traveling.
it may go up next week. What'd you
I
say,
said I'm
Casey?
traveling next week, so I don't know if I'll be
Well,
able to do a live sprint next week or not.
I know. Subscribe so you don't miss it. You'll get notices and notifications when we go live, and you'll see also when the podcast is available here on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
So if you subscribe, turn on those notifications, you won't miss anything because the next, little bit's a little wonky. But um, yeah, we want to see you back here. Read with us some more. Always bring what you want to read, and we'll read what we're reading, and we'll just have a good time of it. So I think that's
I
it,
think
unless you have
that's
something
it.
else,
No,
Casey.
I'm that's it for me.
Okay, so we will see you guys next time. Until then, take care of yourselves. Happy
Bye,
reading.
everybody.
Bye.